Hip-hop, the most popular genre of music amongst the youth, the genre of music that dominates streaming platforms, the most culturally influential, for better or for worse, genre of music, is the most underrated and overhated form of poetry and art. But why is all of this important to me? Well, let's rewind a little. In 2024, Runaway by Kanye West was a very popular song on social media. I liked it, I added it to my playlist, and eventually I stumbled across the music video for this song. And in this music video, there was 30 minutes of other songs similar to it that I absolutely loved. I was infatuated. And after listening to more of Kanye's work, I didn't just want to listen to the music, I wanted to make the music. With that came a deep dive into the world of hip hop, and the rest is history. Well, not quite. I'm only 2 years into my producing journey, and to be honest, I'm not satisfied with my level of skill. So in this video, my goal is to master the earliest form of hip hop, boom bap. Let's plan it out. Step 1, focus. Find 3 songs that I like, that each sound different, and that I want to learn from. Step 2, research. Research these songs, find their samples, and learn how the beat was created. Summarize the important information for each style. Step 3, execute. Make a beat for each style, and at the end, I should have made my best beat ever, and you should have learned something along with me. Let's get to it. The songs I chose to set an example for me are as follows. Selfish by Slum Village.
I'm calling, yeah, maybe I'm selfish. I want you to myself, I can't help it. Oh my, yeah, maybe I'm selfish. You're my ladies and I.
Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst by Kendrick Lamar.
When the lights shut off and it's my turn to settle down, my main concern, promise that you will sing about me, promise that you will sing.
And One Train by ASAP Rocky.
Feeling like a vigilante or a missionary. Tell my ASAP killers get their pistols ready. Send them to the cemetery with obituaries. Don't be scared.
These songs are all unique to each other, and I enjoy listening to them, which makes them perfect examples for the rest of the video. After researching these songs, here is the important information that I've gathered for each style. The samples are as follows. For Selfish, the sample is Call Me by Aretha Franklin. For Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst, the sample is Maybe Tomorrow by Grant Green. And for One Train by ASAP Rocky, the sample is Mashnet Snen by Asala. For style 1, the samples that are used are slow paced, happy sounding soul samples. They're sped up and pitched up to match hip hop pacing, then layered with a drum break to get the authentic groove. For style 2, the sample that is used is a somber jazz track. It is chopped up heavily to solidify the melancholic sound. For style 3, the sample that is used has a menacing intro that is flipped into a mean sounding beat. And that is all we need to know for now. Step 3, execute. First, I need to go sample hunting. Keep in mind to be very patient when looking for samples. Find one that really speaks to you. The website I use to find samples is template.io. You can apply a bunch of filters and it will sort through random songs that match those filters. It's really good for 1, finding new music to listen to, and 2, to find samples. Alright, I have found my samples, and for style 1, here is my sample that I found. The sample is perfect, alright? Like, I can already hear the beat in my head.
Why did it stop?
Honestly, that's all we need from the sample. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to make the sample on time because it's really not. There's lots of swing to it. So we're going to chop at these little downbeats here. And we should have about 4 chops. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line them up on time to make the sample more workable. So I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna render that out. So we're at 69 BPM for boom bap tempo. And what I do want to do is we need to speed it up to at least 80, which is gonna be a big jump, but let's see what we can do. All right, next we're gonna pitch it up a little bit, maybe 200 to 500 cents. All right, so we have this little swing going here. So with this bounce, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the velocity of these two, like they're like stacking up, like in sound. I just listen. That's what we want. We want that velocity really changing. All right, what we did to the hi-hats, we're gonna do the exact same thing to the kick. Specifically, I'm gonna use ghost notes, which is when two kicks hit back to back, you lower the first one, and you just get this bouncy sound. Same for the snare, we're gonna make these accent snares a little lower than the rest. All right, now what we need to do is we need to find the root notes of these chords, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go through each chop and just see which note sounds the best on the bass, and we'll go from there. All right, what I'm gonna do to the drum bus is I'm gonna add RC20. This is gonna give it that vintage feel to replicate a sample drum break. All right, with boom bap beats, there's not much to do with the arrangement. So here's the full beat, and I think this is really good, honestly. All right, for style 2, I have the sample. It's honestly perfect again. All right, what we're gonna use for this one is we're gonna use Serato sample. It's just gonna make the chopping easier. Okay, I think I found this good chop pattern here. All right, we're just gonna fix up the timing a little bit. All right, now that we have the chops, I do want to mess around with the pitch a little bit just to see if we can find anything better. I want the snare to be more like a soul rim sound. What you need to do is you need to add ghost notes to this kick here, just to get that swing and randomize the velocity. Get these accent snares lower in velocity. Or that vibe is kind of there. It's just missing more instruments because it's just a guitar right now. Obviously, we need the bass, but I think we need a piano in there too, just matching the chords. Alright, the vibe of this beat doesn't really match Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst, but I think the technicality of the production is getting there, with the chops at least. Let's just see what comes with this. Honestly, we're gonna keep the bass pretty boring. We're not gonna add any like groovy melodies or nothing. Alright, this beat is good, but it doesn't really match the vibe that I was going for. That's okay. It's more like a lo-fi kind of chill. Hear me out. I hear Lil Wayne on this beat. Anyways, it's time to move on to the next style. Alright, to get started on style 3, here's the sample that I'm starting with. So we're only going to be using this first part right here. We're just going to start by getting the sample on time. Alright, now we're going to render that out. And now we're just going to play with the BPM and the pitch. Honestly, we're just going to leave the chops like that. I like this pitch that I got going here. Let's just get straight to the drums. Alright, so what we're gonna do with these hi-hats is we're gonna do, it's kind of similar to what we've been doing previously, but I want like this one to be higher than this one, and you'll see what it sounds like. Every fourth hi-hat is gonna be really low. And maybe a little bit late too. Alright, we're just gonna go through each drum sound and mess with velocity. Okay, what I do want to do is I want to replace the bass on the sample with just a really low octave piano, similar to One Train. So let's do that. Alright, this bass is pretty weird. It goes through half steps, like just 4 half steps, which is weird. Alright, here's the full beat. After finishing the beats in this video, it begs the question, did I master boom bap? No, I didn't. Mastering music is something that takes years of work. And to be frank, that's just not going to happen in one video. But using the same formula that I use in this video, over time, I will eventually master boom bap. I think that's what you should do as well, is use this formula of grabbing a reference, studying the reference, and replicating the reference to expand your skills in production. And that's about all I have for the video today. But if you enjoyed it, please go join my Discord in the description where you can promote yourself, make connections, and do your thing. Anyways, peace out.